For the last year, we've been trying to mountain bike, but we could really use some coaching. So we've decided to hire a coach.
That was so close, like I thought I was just gonna tip.
We arranged a session in Tullymore Park. If I can jump by the end of the day, I'll be very happy because it's been about a year and I still can't jump.
I hope I'm not as nervous on the bike going down these trails.
Starting the day, we had no idea what to expect.
Maybe he's just gonna get his going round the kidney track the whole time.
This is Ian, our mountain bike coach and the coolest man alive.
But if you don't fancy it, then don't do it. I've broken 17 bones mountain biking over the years.
After we signed away our lives, we started the lesson. Ian helped us properly set up our bikes.
This is a brand new bike. What were you on before?
The tyres were overweight.
Skinny tyres, pumped up really hard, yeah. Like I say, back in the day, when we went off drops, so let's imagine going off a nice steep drop like that, we all used to have our seats up like this, and so we did this to go off drops, which might be what you're doing at the moment. Sort of whenever it gets steep, you're taking your weight towards the back of the bike.
Thanks to YouTube, we thought you always had to be at the back of the bike, and it's led to some incidents.
The only problem with that is, if you're hanging off the back like this, then your arms are totally straight, and you've got no weight on the front wheel, which means with no weight, you can't really use your front brake very effectively, because it will start sliding all over the place. I can't steer, and also I can't soak up any bumps. So instead of going off drops like this, we're going to get you going off drops like this. Weird. That's weird. Yep, that's fine. How does it feel, Mark? Different, yeah.
It just felt wrong. So it did. I think I was so used to bringing myself behind the seat. So when he was telling us to move forward, you were fighting against it.
Push that bar as close to the ground as you can.
Coming into the lesson, I thought I was going to be the best because I've been cycling the most for the last year, but from the get-go, I was struggling.
When it comes to a corner, all you're doing is you're then pushing sideways like that or sideways like that.
This might seem simple, but trying to corner properly is something we've never done.
We are adjusting our tyres to make them more like Ian's.
The way your tyre's designed, you've got these centre knobbles, which are basically for rolling and for braking, and then you've got these side knobbles, which are for cornering. And that's why we're getting you to lean the bike over hard, because these are the bits that do the work. If you've got your tyre really hard, then these actually won't kind of deform like they're meant to. Sliding around doesn't matter so much, so if your front wheel...
I've left too much aerodynamic when we're talking.
Have you?
The lesson was just so strong, Ian, and so captivating that I completely emptied my car. I thought that was the end of my day.
You hope that was the end of your day.
Sabotage.
That's the shake on. Good. So Reece, remember, extend that left arm down hard, so make sure you're...
While I was struggling, Zara and Mark decided to become prodigies.
Like we would just ride around the corner normally, whereas the way he was teaching us to turn our head and everything, it was just a completely new thing.
Look at me, turn the head, properly turn. Not bad, look at me, good, perfect. Look at me, really turn that head. The strain in the neck. No, that's your right, take the head. Yeah.
I've never turned my head when I've been on the bike, so I think that's why I'm actually like stiff. Or even,
I've never let the bike down, yeah.
Even push, so yeah, thank you, and you've diagnosed a lot of problems.
I'm not going to lie to you, I've never seen anyone actually physically shake from turning their head.
My head's so big.
Is that like a gravitational pull?
Yeah, it hurts, man. Honestly, I'm going to need one second physio
Yeah,
after
we were
that.
actually surprised he managed to get a helmet that fit his head.
Okay, calm down.
We moved on to the pump track.
So my chains came off in the first thing. Nice. Sorry guys.
We're in business.
Just didn't look forward, did you? No, I think I was too focused on it. Yeah.
We thought these tiny drops were bad, but then Ian took us to the actual drops.
This one here is a bit of a step up.
It's definitely a step up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if
Principles, low body, looking ahead, bent arms, bent knees, and then just drop on down. Same speed, you go even slower if you want. All you need is enough speed that the bike doesn't stall at the top of it, and then just trust yourself to do what you want to do. Who's going first? Yeah, Reece, good and low, perfect.
into it thinking that we already knew a lot of stuff because we've been doing it for a while in Castlewellan, but I think I was surprised by how much we were doing wrong.
All three of you just got very slightly nodded forwards when the back wheel came down, and that just comes down to that kind of relaxation in the legs.
We're jumping about there, like.
It's scary, like.
When you have him teaching you, it's like.
Ian keeps saying it's going to be fine, but to be honest, I don't think it'll be fine.
Really, really scared with this next one. It's far steeper.
So it does look scary, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But
it doesn't help with these beforehand.
no.
I don't think.
Nice and low, looking where you want to go, and then just let the bike roll on.
Oh, I'm scared.
The legs are really slipping. Added sound effects. Like Reece tried it no footed, which is never good.
Fun style points though. Yeah.
Much better.
Oh!
2 seconds. 2 seconds, we'll be out of the fucking car. Alright, everybody back in the van.
Very motivated.
That's why you get coaching.
I think he's over there.
I don't know if I want to go down it anymore after seeing that.
Oh, I got that on GoPro. Completely forgot about that.
Oh, you did? Oh, I had so much fear after that.
We had to leave the drop after that because they weren't going anywhere and he had clearly done some damage, so we moved on.
There'll come a time when you're going down and you don't want to actually slow down to roll off something, you want to launch it instead. So I'm presuming you've already tried a bit of this at Castlewellan. You tried to launch off
You've
step.
got the 3 levels. Can do it. Is not about to do it. Doesn't do it. That's it.
Sarah progressed the most with launching over the 30-day challenge. Mark and I could launch a little bit, but none of us really had any idea what we were doing.
As you get to the lip of the drop, you're just going to fire your arms away from you like this, and it'll just keep the front wheel off the ground until the back wheel gets to the edge, and then the bike drops down and both wheels land together. Lovely.
Getting like a wee bit of air off the jump, which I've never really done before.
Now. Okay, motion's pretty good, Zara. Just carry a bit more speed. Reece, you stop doing anything at all there. just plundering into it as fast as you can. Do one movement, so as you get close to it, throw them arms up. Just too early, Zara. Bang. Still a little bit kind of Sunday afternoon.
Oh, I'm definitely the weakest of the group. Mark's taking the lead over Zara with his amazing double punch. I don't know what I'm doing.
So I might be able to do the double punch and actually get air, but I keep either going too early or too late.
This is my last go to prove myself. I got this. Death to Mark. You've done paddleboard instead of this.
I've done it!
Oh, he looks like I thought we were like sort of the same. No, we're not at all. I haven't seen you do that yet.
With Mark on his way to a Red Bull sponsorship, Sarah close second and me way behind, we proceeded to the trails. First up was the rock garden, something we've been struggling with since day one.
Where do you drop? Oh, am I still alive?
And if you're trying to pick a line through those rocks, it won't work. You go left, you go right. The key thing is, you've got to get used to your wheels getting pinged around. It doesn't matter at all. You'll end up where you're looking. Okay, look at me, good. Brilliant. Like Reece, you came properly bombing in there. It was nice, you're carrying speed, and you kept the speed, but you're looking right here. The body has to be able to just move where it wants to move, and the minute you freeze up, you're just going to get a bounce that down. Feel free to launch this if you think you can get the timing right. If not, then roll on through.
If I get the timing wrong when you launch it, what happens?
Hit here, going fast, the front wheel drops like a stone, and that's you just going over the bars at high speed. So, it's just a bit like this.
We never get that much air. Are you gonna go for it?
I might go for it, yeah.
Dramatic, it's not terrifying.
It looked pretty dramatic, Ian. It looked pretty. It was like E.T. You were flying through the air.
Well, I look like round eventually. No, I'm getting over. I don't want to force you to have a go at something that could go wrong.
Implement it all into this.
It probably doesn't even look that bad on the camera, to be honest.
It looks nothing on the camera.
Trying to think of the pump track and treat it like that, but it was a completely different ball game.
I was getting a proper run up. Oh, went for the 1 foot there, Mark. Good to see.
I'm gonna do it. Don't know how it's gonna go, but I really need to push, and it's something I struggled with, so this is pretty high risk for me.
I didn't push, did I?
No, not at all. Where'd you go away with? Happy days. So, worst case scenario is you do nothing.
I promise I'm not ignoring you. I just don't push.
Remember, all we're asking you to do is that. Cool. So there was a little bit of movement. Not a lot, but yeah. You left it a split second later. You're getting full arm extension. Mark for yourself, just drop the heels. And Reese for you, it's just about pushing that wee bit further each time. Good news is there's another one right there that we can do it on you. Do you want to go scope it out?
Is it what's the same as this, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll give it a go blind.
After excelling all day, Mark decided to go blind.
We got our first ball anyway, so we did. Just not implementing what I've been taught.
You pick up a lot of speed.
Yeah.
Confidence went downhill after that, so I wasn't doing it as good as I was before.
Leave it for that day, but don't leave it the next time you come out, because otherwise it becomes a thing. With that confidence you had before, like,
I want to do it because it's in my head. To be fair, it's like the worst that can happen is what I did. Like,
For some reason my brain's not working and it's not extending my arms, so this time I'm just gonna, and if I fall, I fall.
you don't need a load of speed. Yes! You almost look like you're enjoying it for a second then as well.
The thing that was going through my head was that the bike's going to hit a rock, I'm going to flip over the bike, I'm just not going to land properly basically, hurt myself. It felt like I was like 50 feet up in the air, and then we looked back at some footage and it just looked pathetic.
Good man. That is a world away from your first effort. Really good.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah!
Here we go.
Nice. Yeah. 3 smooth landings. 3 simultaneous wheel landings as well. That's what we're after.
So we've got the infamous middle part that I avoided for ages. I'd always scream, don't go down the middle. And no one's ever went down the middle, but Ian had faith in it.
See, when I first saw it, I was like, oh no, this is the middle part.
Yeah!
I think we did it. I'm so surprised. Yeah, Ian, you really made a difference because none of us was doing that before.
Yes.
Like.
No, I was definitely not doing
Good. Mark for yourself, like you're relaxed, you're looking good on the bike, but there is just that tendency to sink back. You know, getting off the back there feels safe, but you're beyond that. Yeah. So yeah, get yourself there and stay there, particularly the corners. Definitely keep yourself up there. So after yourself, keep practicing those drops because it was coming together really nicely in the end there. So like your face was just locked with there. It was just all grey and like, oh jeez, no. But yeah, like the more you do it, the more relaxed you're going to get, and it just means that it'll open up loads more trails. So yeah, a lot more fun. Same for yourself, Race. It's going to be confidence. So like again, you were getting much more flowy as you went on. So just keep practicing, keep pushing yourself, and it comes together really quickly. You'll all get much better very, very quickly.
Yeah, I think we got a lot out of it, way more than I thought we were going to get out of it. I thought we were actually quite good before going in, and then I realised no, a lot wrong. YouTube was not what helped us, and he's probably taken months off, like having to learn stuff.
I think it's definitely given us better things to practice on. The likes of the corner, getting lower on the bike rather than back. But no, it's definitely beneficial.
When he started saying to like get lower on the bike and move forward down the drops, I was like, oh, he's crazy. But once I started to do it, it actually felt more natural in a way. And especially with when he was talking about turning the corners, like it actually seemed professional when we started to do it. And I'm just more confident with mountain biking now, so I can't wait to get in the trails and try out a few more things.